power in that conversation rests in asking the right questions. Every salesperson worth their salt has been taught to ask open-ended questions, and that's true. You do have to ask open-ended questions, but you can do more than that. You can ask a more powerful type of question. I realized that toward the end of a deal, when we think everything is a slam dunk, there would be something that would come up that we totally didn't expect. And it would be something political. It would be something about a deep fear within that person that didn't want to pull the trigger.
And when your inside sales rep gets that lead, and how quickly does he follow up?
Within 48 hours.
Within 48 hours. Do you think there could be value if he was able to follow up instantaneously?
You'd ask a closed-ended question, and then I would say, I'm kind, right? So I'm going to give you answers anyway. But if you give a closed-ended question, people can say yes or no and be done with it, right? So I didn't want to do that to you, but that is a very real risk when you ask those. And then you were kind of leading the witness a little bit. Yeah. Right, which is dangerous because the value is in you learning about them. The right kind of question to ask is what I call a high impact question. And the purpose of these questions is they're kind of like an open-ended question on steroids. And I say that because these questions are so open and huge that they give that customer permission to let emotions seep into the conversation. How do you determine how to prioritize your initiatives? Right? So you can pretty much turn any question into a monster question and a high impact question by saying things like, help me understand, right? Or can you describe for me? Immediately, you're asking for the detail that's going to hold the emotion that is ultimately going to let you win. So at that point, you got to ask the questions that help you figure out what are those fears. Get yourself a list of those fears and figure out how you're going to conquer them and show them. And that's how you'll win that customer.
Amazing, amazing. And how do you know who is your ideal client?
So can you describe what changes will need to be made in your sales process over these next 12 months, or have they already been made?
Is that cheating when you use a question that I gave? But anyway,
I mean, that seems like the most obvious question to use, right?
I know, you would think that that's the most obvious one. Amazing how some people can do discovery and never do that, but then they learn, people learn, which is good.
The name of the game was to be coached. I am coachable.
Yes, you are so coachable, and I love that. That's big point. Big points for that.
Since you're involved in this as a consultant, if you were to help them solve the problem ultimately, how would that impact you personally?